Is buying property off market, so it's not on realestate.com domain or anything like that, this is just private, is buying property off market a good idea?
Look, I think one of the important elements about our business is that when I look at our systems, our processes, our team, we bring to the purchase process a level of force and focus that just an individual buyer would just never be able to replicate themselves. And actually part of that is buying off market. And I think, sometimes we're even asked by clients, does this off market thing really exist? Is it a myth? Why would someone sell something off market? But it is actually a really important part of what we do, because there is reasons why, legitimate reasons why people actually do want to sell their property off market. It can be, a divorce. They don't want their neighbours knowing. It could be some sort of financial reversal, and they don't want their neighbours knowing that they're selling. It could be that the property's under a long lease with a tenant, and so they're not going to attract many owner-occupiers anyway. Yeah. It can be because it's leased, the tenant is a bit messy, or they've got too much furniture in there, it doesn't present well. It could be because the owner doesn't want to spend any money fixing the property up.
Yeah.
So there's a whole range of really legitimate reasons why people do want to sell off market, and we've got a whole team dedicated to calling agents, talking to them about not only what they've got on the market at the moment, but talking to them about the property that Mrs. Smith that they've been talking to for the last few years is looking at listing in the next 2 or 3 months. Can we get in to see that? Because we're in a position where we are buying for a lot of investors, and so if we can put together a deal on that property, our client's happy to do a 6-month settlement.
Yeah.
It could be a 9-month settlement. It could be something that suits that particular seller.
Leaseback agreements are big too.
And we've been doing a lot of those, and they work really well. So there is a big opportunity for us and for our clients in buying off market, and there's times when 50 to 80% of what we're buying is actually off market property. I mean, what we've noticed is that it tends to be in the hotter markets where we're actually buying more off market, because if you if you're waiting until those properties turn up on realestate.com or domain, you go to the open and the negotiation, the purchase is actually being done at the first open.
Yeah.
So that places a tremendous amount of stress, pressure on our clients. It makes the whole purchase just more difficult, more awkward. So one of the things about getting access to the off markets is it actually moves at a slightly slower pace. We're able to control the purchase process better, and that control puts our client in a far better place. So look, it's a really important part of what we do. I think what's interesting is we do have a reputation in the industry of being able to access a tremendous amount of off market, because we've got a really strong machine that generates that. And we've actually got a lot of buyers agents that call us that say, if the off markets that you don't purchase for yourselves, are you able to forward those so we can potentially put those in front of our clients? So they're really asking for the fish that John West rejects.
Yeah.
They're asking for those properties that we reject, but it's because we've got systems, processes, disciplines that buyers on their own would never be able to replicate themselves. And it gives them a lot of advantage, and we do, in fact, buy for our clients a lot of off-market property.
And look, not only that, agents know that that a buyer's agent, someone's paid the buyer's agent a fee, so they're pre-approved and they're ready to go, and they're not mucking around. So I find real estate agents like to sell to buyer's agents.
Yeah. Well, they're two professionals, right? At
correct.
the end of the day.
That's
so
right.
they know, the buyer's agent knows the process.
That's right.
Like the selling agent knows the process. And I think the selling agent typically feels vindicated when the buyer's agent says, I'm offering this price because this is what it's worth.
Correct.
And the professional agent probably agrees with them.
Yep.
I think as well, you know, the just to your point, Lynton, the selling agent is comfortable taking a buyer's agent through an off-market property, far more so than just an individual buyer, because they know that buyer's agent has got an engaged client, finance
possibly
pre-approved,
multiple clients,
and it's a real. He's got a real genuine buyer. Whereas you know, when you take when you're a selling agent and you just take, you know, Mr. and Mrs. Smith through, you really don't know. You can ask them. You don't know if their finance approved. You don't know if it's out of budget. You don't know if they're a real buyer.
Yeah, that's true.
So look, and that gives us a lot of advantage. Our clients a lot of advantage, because we get to go through and negotiate on those off markets. And we're first in line.
And we've purchased properties side by side where the agents sold the property to one of our clients, then knocked on the neighbour's door and said, "Hey, if you want to sell, I've got a buyer lined up because we like the area, we like the street, we've just bought in it." And they go, "Sure, don't have to pay any marketing fees. Happy with that price."
Everyone's a winner.
Everyone's a winner.